What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TAR's AI, TAI today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. TAR's is making a run here. We're at 12.7 cents. I got to admit, it's a little bit higher than what I expected. But looking at this chart over here, it's pretty damn obvious. I think that this is a head and shoulders pattern. It's perfect. It literally looks just like a head and shoulders pattern. Maybe it's a complex head and shoulders, but still, nonetheless, very, very close with the highs here. Very, very close with the lows here, right? Very, very perfect. Slightly lower on the lows, slightly lower on the highs. So that might be some kind of slanted head and shoulders, but the expectation would be to drop from here. I don't expect that you're going to see the full measure move of this head and shoulders pattern, because that full measure move from a high to a low, the full measure move would take you down to 7 cents. Okay. It's possible. I accept it as a possibility, but understand we're talking about a coin that's been consolidating since April 27th, right? Is longer than that? No? April 27th, yeah, April 26th, whatever. Dropping 44%. Like it's been consolidating for over a month. I don't think that it's going to drop that much. Lower than this low, sure. But a head and shoulders pattern like this, the measure move is down here. I just have a hard time seeing this get down there. If we get down there, first off, I'm going to buy a lot of TARs, okay? I'm going to be buying a lot of TARs AI if we do get down to 7 cents. That might be the only crypto that I hold for the rest of the cycle. If it gets down there, I'll just full send everything I have into it. Fire everything! But likely we probably see some kind of low that's just below this low. That'd be my expectation. Something that is just below 10 cents. You know, from a low here to a high, the presumed high at least, the expectation would at a minimum be 9.38 cents to 8.5 cents. If we find some support at 11.2 cents to 11 cents or just below there, and we start to configure ourselves in a bullish fashion, maybe we can absolve ourselves of breaking below this low. But at this current point in time, I am bearish. I am thinking that we go a little bit lower on TARs. I think Bitcoin and the rest of crypto are going to pull back a little bit from here. I think we're finding resistance right now at our prior areas of support. The whole market's getting a little bit of a lick up right now because because Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving up. But I think that and Ethereum is moving up, isn't it? Let's see. Hold on. I actually haven't checked on Ethereum today, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's moving up a little bit, but nothing too crazy, right? So I think that's what we're getting some hope here. But all in all, I mean, does this not look perfect for a head and shoulders pattern? It looks perfect. The right shoulder is a little bit larger width-wise than I would like it to be, but it looks pretty damn perfect. Still, I don't expect you to get a full reaction out of this move. If it does, I mean, let's be fair, 2272 here. The measure move is just below the 2272. It's very common with the 2272 to not find support right at it, but just below it, and that's where your measure moves are. I'm expecting 9.38 to 8.5 cents, probably closer to that 9 cent area if I'm really guessing, but something in that range personally. I'm expecting a half-ass kind of breakout of this head and shoulders pattern. It'll be an incomplete to the measure move, and that'll be a testament of the bullishness of TAI. That's my expectation. It'll be an overall higher low still in this consolidation phase, right? I'm going to delete all the noise real quick. Let's just see if we can make it a little cleaner here, right? So like you'll be here. It'll be an overall higher low in this consolidation phase, ready to break out soon enough, just not this week, okay? So the expectation is to go below 10 cents. At the lowest, we're going to go to 7 cents. And if it does go to 7 cents, I don't know, man. I'm going to sell my shoes or something to buy TAI. I'm going to sell everything that I have to buy some TAI because I really do have high prospects and high hopes for this thing. You know, they're partnered. Let's look real quick. Hold on. Let's look at here. Shout out to James Lynn, by the way. He's winning today. Are there any reputable partnerships that TAI, TARS, AI has? Yeah, sure. That should be. I'm asking that kind of weird. I feel like I should have asked, does TARS AI have any reputable partnerships? I feel like that's better English. But anyways, Solana Foundation, Google Startup Program, NVIDIA Inception, IO.net, Vanar, I don't know this, AIOZ. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, that's actually really cool. Bybit, partner with Bybit, one of the largest cryptocurrency. Yeah, but that's pretty common, right? That's not too special. But still, there's a lot going on. There's more than meets the eye with TARS. Let me see. Am I right? Is Pantera Capital investing in TAI. Am I spelling that right? Pantera? I don't know if I spelled that right. Okay, no, there's no. Okay. Let's look. Hold on. Can you pull up? Let me look here. Hold on. Pantera. I think I made a post on it actually. Let's see. Maybe it wasn't TARS. Maybe I'm getting it confused with something else. But let's just see here real quick. Searching my profile, right? Will this will search on my profile? No, it won't. How do I search on my profile? Whatever. I'll just scroll down. We're looking for TARS AI. I thought this was a great post. This is a great, but anyways, where did I post this? It would have been a while ago, man. And I make posts all the time. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? 1 second, guys. I know. Just bear with me here. It probably would have been quicker the other way, actually. I thought this would be faster, but nope. It's okay. We're so close now. May 20th. Maybe we're not close because I feel like it was further back than May. I think it was somewhere in April. So maybe I will just look it up. I'm sorry, guys. Wasting your time. Pantera Capital investment balance sheet. Let's see. I spelt the word balance wrong. Let's see. Portfolio. Here we go. Yes. This is what I was looking at. Let's see. Where's TARS? LMNOPQRS T TARI. Maybe not TARS. Okay. I thought TARS AI for some reason was on here, but maybe it's not. That's okay. Anyways, guys. Beyond Pantera, there's a lot of big partnerships going on with TARS AI that does set it up to grow a lot, astronomically, right? And this is what I was talking about. I was talking about selling my shoes for TARS if it goes to 7 cents. I'm telling you, man, I'll sell your shoes if it goes to 7 cents. I'll come to your house. I'll snag them while you're sleeping. I'll sell them for extra money because we got to put all of our pennies into this thing if it does drop to 7 cents, because that'd be an enormous opportunity. I doubt it does. We're just talking about it because there's a measure move pattern and some fib extensions that make sense for that. I still am going to buy more TARS once it goes below 10 cents, but if it goes below 7 cents, man, I'm going to be a TARS only person because the amount of growth potential in this thing is immaculate. It really is. TARS is one of the only coins that we look at, that we focus on, that has a market cap that's like very, very near $100 million. With this kind of a market cap, if you were to see a 500x, which is crazy, you would see a market cap that's around $60 billion. And that's actually very attainable. A $60 billion market cap for a coin that has the right narrative going, AI, gets the right hype and momentum behind it, pumping in the price. That really helps with that as well. Getting a lot of gains, more gains than any other crypto in the space. Hello. I mean, from a low on April 14th to the high that you experienced like 2 weeks later, you saw 550% growth, talking about outperforming the average coin. The average coin right now is up less than 50%, or maybe just over 50% from their lows in April. You're up 450%. Talk about outperforming the average coin. Are you going to continue to outperform? Yes. Likely yes. Okay. From here, from the current price of 12.7 cents, let alone from the prices that we could go down to, which is 9.3 cents, 9.5 cents, 7 cents, anything and everything in between. From here, from the current price of 12.7 cents, which I do think we're going to come down over the coming days, 8.9x is the minimum expectation. That's $1.14. And then $3.30 here is the maximum. That's a 25x. Now, it's very possible that you could stop anywhere and everywhere in between. Maybe not everywhere, but you could stop anywhere in between these zones. You might not stop exactly at 3.30. You might not stop exactly at $1.14. Maybe you stop right there at $2, just above the 1 for pretty common behavior, right? I doubt that you would continue up to this next area at about $7.48 to $10, but it's possible. It's very possible. It's kind of funny. Cookie Dow has the same kind of 1886200 area. Look at this, from a high to a low, right? $7.56 to $10. It's literally like this. It's kind of funny. But different, a lot lower on the lows here, a lot less high on the highs here, where Cookie had a lot higher highs and a lot less low lows. But anyways, still pretty low lows. Anyways, I don't expect that you stop at $1.14. I would think that you get above there, but 8.6x is the minimum. The maximum, I would not expect you to get above 330. You might not even get there, but that's about a 25x. It'd be very hard for me to see you do a 50 to an 80 something x from here from these prices. Just by like the end of July, right? Like over the next 6 weeks, I don't think that's going to happen. I do imagine you'll get here and beyond there by the end of the cycle. My expectation by the end of the cycle is that TARS at a minimum is at $10. Okay. But likely you'll see prices that are above $20. You'll probably even get to $30. That's a 240x from here. And you even have a chance, you genuinely do have a chance of seeing $70. I don't think that you'll hit $100, not this cycle, no. I mean, it's possible. Let's see. It does fit the confines of what I deem is possible as a potential high market cap for any coin that's in its first bull cycle, but you're literally pressing that barrier. Odds are you probably don't see that. You're even pressing it here at the $70 mark. So I'm thinking somewhere between $70 and $24 is where you're going to go by the end of the cycle from the current price of $12.70. Like that's a 200 and something x. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say you only I know you only get the 80 something x and you stop at $10. Okay, let's say that's where you stop. By the end of the cycle, that's where you go. Top performing coin, you only get an 81x. Here we go. My expectation would be that from the current price, that's the truth. But if we were to drop lower to where I think we're going to go, which is just below 10 cents there, that 80x turns into an over 100x. So if you time this properly, even at the minimum expectations, you can snag a 100x with this thing or more. Let alone if we do drop all the way to 7 cents, you can see why I would just go hammer. It would be MC hammer time on this thing, man. Let's try to get it accurate to 7 cents. 7.1, that's fine. Then it turns into 140x at a minimum. And then these targets that we were considering before are multi 100x's. You know what I mean? And maybe even like crazy growth, guys. Crazy growth. So I think TARS has a lot of potential. Partnerships are great, but shove your partnerships where the sun don't shine because they really don't matter, honestly. I've seen cryptos, stocks make all kinds of partnerships with huge companies, IBM, whatever, you know, and they don't matter. You ever heard of credits? Have you ever heard of credits? CS, credits. It's a cryptocurrency. Have you ever heard of them? They made like 100 partnerships in a year. One of them was IBM. This was like four or 5 years ago. You guys ever heard of credits? Anybody? No? Actually, no, it's probably closer to like 8 years ago. Anyone heard of credits? No, nobody's heard of credits, right? Nobody cares. Shove your partnerships where the sun. I'm pretty sure they're still making partnerships. Partnerships don't matter, man. Partnerships, it's just a thing that looks good on paper. You schmooze the right people and you get them to agree to some kind of partnership. And partnerships come and they go like a fart in the wind, right? It's nothing, but it is nice still. It is some kind of a standpoint to have that there are some reputable sources that we are partnered with, like Google, the Solana Foundation, Apple. From what I heard, I think someone, I don't know if that's true, but it's a rumor going on that TARS partnered with Apple too. But things can be big. Don't get me wrong; these partnerships can be big, but don't rely on them too much. That doesn't mean that the price has to go through the moon. Oftentimes, whenever you get partnership news, it's actually a time to sell. Oftentimes, but I got nothing else to say. I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.